Hello, Mount Zion. My name is Derek.
And I'm Soraya, and we're the Johnsons. We live here in Tennessee, and we've been married for 12 years.
This is our first time attending the Becoming a Couple of Destiny conference. And we definitely wanted to attend this conference because we wanted to be around like-minded couples that were interested in uplifting God's kingdom.
Yeah, we've been going to Mount Zion since 2016. We've heard so much good things about this conference. And this year we wanted to invest in our marriage, and we wanted to invest in us and just being better, just being a better couple and better spouses to each other.
Absolutely.
Night one was very energizing. Even the night before, I was just looking forward to, getting up in the morning and just preparing myself just mentally for, what was about to occur this weekend. Night one, it was nice seeing familiar couples, familiar faces, and it was also nice meeting new couples that we never even seen, never met before. So it was nice to just sit down. We started off with dinner. So it was nice just sitting down, having a good meal, and just congregating and just talking and catching up and just meeting new couples. The sessions that night, the Chandlers, was
amazing.
It was amazing. I didn't think that we were going to get into gardening so soon.
Yes. When we talk about gardening, we talk about intimacy. Intimacy is one of the most important things in a marriage, and we did not waste time at all. We started right off, and it was really good because it got that, I don't want to say it got that part out of the way, but we were able to come together and just talk about something that a lot of married couples think about on a day-to-day basis, right? The intimacy part of it. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I would agree. My takeaway from the Chandler session was you can't plant a garden and then just neglect it and just expect it to just grow on its own. You have to maintenance it. You gotta water it. You gotta pull up the weeds. You gotta feed it. You gotta fertilize it. And that's the same way we kind of have to treat our marriage and our relationships. And it was nice starting off on that topic of intimacy because it's the heart of the relationship. It's what connects you to your partner.
Comedian Mike James, he was phenomenal in what you can tell he's had a lot of experience. He was able to control the crowd. He was able to keep us laughing, and he kept the flow of the conference very, very good. He did a wonderful job. So day 2 was loaded. I mean, we started off with Dr. Steph and Bishop, and they spoke so tremendously about marriages. And the one thing that I took away from them is, do you want to be married or do you want to be right? I mean, I think in marriages, we kind of want to be right. Sometimes we want to prove how much we know, but it's not about that. It's about coming together and showing each other that we can lay our lives down for one another.
Yeah, and then the Olivers came in talking about, I love you, but I don't like that. And they're right. Sustaining, unity during different seasons can sometimes be challenging. And I like the fact that, you have to put it out there. Communication is key in a marriage. And communicating your needs as well as your values is essential. That is what is going to lay the foundation and the groundwork to becoming a couple of destiny. Just getting those things out there.
Okay, so not only were the sessions loaded, but let's talk about this food.
Yes. Bishop and Dr. Steph, whoever who planned out that menu, they did a phenomenal job. I mean, it was after each session, we had breaks. And we went into another ballroom where, man, it was nice. Like the presentation of the food was just spectacular. And this was not finger food.
Yes.
This was not Chick-fil-A boxes and Panera boxes.
Food.
And this was food that stick to you, carbs, you know,
Yeah.
sugar, what we love. I'm the foodie in a marriage, so I was so happy to see just the variety of food options.
Yeah.
There was food for vegetarians, vegans, meat connoisseurs like myself. I mean, like
And babe, tell them about that grouper.
Oh, the grouper was so
Oh,
good.
that grouper was good.
That's the best grouper I've ever had.
Delicious.
They had steak, mashed potatoes, salads with different kind of natural dressings, and the biscuits. Oh, and the grits.
Yes.
And I tried a couple who we were sitting next to. We were talking about grits, and I'm from Atlanta. I'm from Georgia, and we eat our grits, salt, pepper, and butter. But she actually had me try grits with butter and sugar.
Some sugar.
Did I like it? No. I'll stick to my regular grits, my salt, my pepper, and my butter. But when you come to this conference, you do not have to worry about food, what you're gonna eat. Everything was just convenient. You know, you didn't have to leave the hotel. Literally, it was in the next ballroom. You get a chance to kind of just break bread with other couples, talk about the sessions, talk about what you learned, your takeaways. We were able to just laugh a little, kind of just relax and just refuel for the next half of the day.
And speaking of refueling, the breaks were phenomenal. Definitely, we did not get information overload. We were able to kind of step back, learn everything, take notes, and discuss.
Take everything in, too.
Yep, take it all in, discuss everything, and then we were able to take a break and go on to the next session.
Let's talk about the farmers. The farmers really spoke to my spirit and my heart because they were so transparent. They didn't have to share what they shared, but they were so transparent in regards to forgiveness and reconciliation. She mentioned a Bible verse, Job 33:26. And at the end of that Bible verse, it says, He will restore you to your full well-being. And that spoke to me because, you know, like many couples, and we've been married for 12 years now, there's been many offenses in our marriage, and we didn't just get over that overnight. It's a lot of prayer. It's a lot of patience. It's a lot of grace. So I could really attest to the power of God and how God will work in a marriage where restoration is needed and is vital to the longevity of the marriage. So the farmers, they definitely hold a special place in my heart.
Yeah, and when they spoke, I felt so much forgiveness in their hearts. He spoke about the fact that he will die for her, you know, and you speak about somebody that you divorced, you know, and it took you 10 years to, you know, remarry this person. And now in front of the congregation, in front of the conference, you are telling her that you would die for her. That just blew me away. And I was really definitely moved and touched by their union. So one thing I love about Mount Zion is we gonna learn hard, we gonna work hard, but definitely when it's time to play, we gonna play hard. For the nightcap of Friday night, we had food, we had games. We were able to play the newlywed game. And it was so funny because some of the questions that the host was asking, me and my wife were trying to answer those same questions. And not only did we have the newlywed game, but we also had some karaoke, and it was hilarious. I mean, they were just, you know, they had us cracking up on all of the songs and everything that they were singing. And let me tell you, the dancing, I mean, we danced the night away. We were able to go back in the 90s and listen to some good music.
Yeah.
We were also able to listen to some slow music and kind of get the intimacy going and hug on one another and love on one another. And it was awesome.
Yeah, and speaking of music, shout out to DJ C-Dub.
Yeah.
Because the songs that he played, they were, I mean,
Yeah, I had to. We had to remember we was at church for a second.
yeah.
No, I don't. I don't want to say that.
Don't say that, man. Okay.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say.
That.
So shout out to shout out to DJ C-Dub, because the music that he played, the whole lineup, it was special to us because as we were sitting there jamming, we were going back in down in memory lane, because let me tell you, those songs that he was playing was like the soundtrack of our entire relationship. When we were dating, when we were married now. I mean, he played Jill Scott and Anthony Hamilton. That's the song that played after we were announced
after we jumped over the broom.
Yes, after we jumped the broom at our wedding. So when that song came on, man, like it was amazing. It was great.
It was a great feeling.
Yeah, to experience that all over again.
Yeah.
That song is very special to us. But all the songs he played was the soundtrack of our marriage. Hey.
Thank you guys. It was awesome.
All right.
Shoes, man.
All right.
Oh yeah, those are cute. And your outfit last night was so cute. Yeah, with the yes, I love ruffles.
We'll be here next year. We're bringing the bus.
Yes, you know, you inspired me to bring my ruffles back. Yes. Yes.
All right, see you.
And the fashion too. I mean, these couples was bringing it with their fashion. Man, they was.
Hey, don't mess up my interview now.
We're not.
Good.
Oh man. All right.
Bye.
All right.
But yeah, that's another thing, the fashion. These couples can dress.
Oh,
they can dress their behinds off. So yeah, definitely bringing my ruffles back. So all the food you ate on day 1 and day 2, definitely when you get to that party, you're gonna burn all that off.
Oh yeah.
It's the same.
I see you, JB. I see you, JB.
There's no mistaking. I'm clearly taken by the simple.
Yeah, and when we got done dancing, we went
Straight
to sleep.
Yes. The final day was bittersweet. This conference was so good, I wanted it to just keep on going. I just wanted another day, you know? So Dr. Robertson was also amazing because I liked how he talked about human behavior. I liked how he used Erickson's stages of development to describe and explain our stages of development from infant to older adults. I've studied Erickson just from an intellectual aspect, but to apply it in my marriage, and we don't have children yet either, so to already kind of know what that is going to look like in a marriage, in a family, you know, when you're about to become a family unit, is amazing. He set the guide to how it should
flow. Yeah, and one thing that Dr. Robinson challenged us to do was to look back at our past behaviors when using the Erickson theory, so that we're not behaving younger than we actually are. So we don't want to be an older adult, still behaving like a child. You know, when I speak to my wife or when I'm trying to do things with my wife, I want to ensure that we are getting along and doing things appropriately for our age and not responding as children when I disagree with her. So that's one of the things that I appreciate Dr. Robinson for showing us and helping us to see and ensuring that we behave appropriately during our marriages.
After Bishop Robertson's session, we did a panel discussion about blended families. And that was very informative. We don't have experience in that area because we do not have children yet. But I can relate to TC when she said that she wanted to establish her own personal relationships with the children. I remember me wanting to establish my own relationship with Derek's nieces and his nephew.
And I think the most important thing about that is it just takes time. You can't establish a relationship overnight. So one of the most important things that we got from Bishop Robinson was to take your time as it relates to blending your families. Don't try to rush in and do things the way that you did them growing up, or try to give examples of how you grew up, etc. But just form that relationship over time and be patient with it. So last but not least, Michael Blivens. Man, I appreciate his session so much, because finances is one of the main reasons why couples don't make it. And we have to attack this subject as if we are attacking the devil himself.
And what I learned just about insurance policies and term and life and estate planning and getting a living will, and I work in healthcare, so advanced directives, how those are also important as well. It was very informative just learning about that. But my biggest takeaway is you don't have to be rich to have a financial planner. You gotta start from somewhere.
So what was really special was the recommitment ceremony. I took this opportunity to tell Soraya exactly how I felt, commit to those vows that I didn't commit to earlier, because it does happen where you say vows and you mess up, we make mistakes. But I was able to look her in her eyes and just say to her, I love you. I want to recommit to just loving you over and over and over again, and continue to pour my heart and my soul out to you. And I'm grateful for that opportunity to do that.
That's so sweet.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something.
The recommitment ceremony was the icing on the cake. It's all things leading up to just that. You had a great weekend. You were sharpened through these sessions, and you got refueled through these sessions, listening to other couples and them sharing their stories to the ceremony, and it's powerful. My wish is that, or my prayer is that every couple experience that.
And I can't say it enough. Just being around like-minded couples is what really and truly fueled us. So we are grateful and thankful to Dr. Steph. We are grateful and thankful to Bishop Walker for creating this space where we feel safe, creating a space where we can pour out our love to one another. And we are just thankful that all of the people that surrounded us had the same goal. We all want terrific, wonderful, beautiful marriages.
And the ultimate goal is to become a couple of destiny. This conference gives you the blueprint to accomplish that goal. This conference is worth the investment, because this conference will meet you where you are in your marriage. Whether things are going good, whether things are going bad, you're on the verge of walking away, or you're new to just being married and you just want to be around like-minded couples, it meets you where you are. And trust me, when you leave here, you're gonna feel stronger. You're gonna be wanting and ready to face what life can bring you when you're married, and to be able to do that with your partner, standing next to your side is an absolute blessing. So we're leaving this conference empowered, sharpened, and inspired to becoming a couple of destiny.